Caribbean music played at home. There was all kinds of music played at home. I mean, there was, as I mentioned to you before, Fats Waller. I heard him when I was really small on the radio or something. But there was all kinds of music at home. We used to have these piano with the piano rolls, and those guys, people I guess like James P. Johnson, you know, would be playing those piano rolls. There was a lot of, we had the radio, there was all sorts of music on the radio. We used to listen every Sunday. There was a couple of programs on called Wings Over Jordan, which was a gospel show that came on every Sunday morning. And that was it for the, you know, everybody in the community, Wings Over Jordan. People of my vintage would know very well once I met name. So there was a lot of music. There was music from A to Z. My first memories of Caribbean music was, I think when my mother took me someplace and the band was there and they were playing that's one, I remember that very well because I was sort of a young baby almost, and it was something local right around the house or someplace near a house or something. So I recall that very distinctly, that I heard that. And probably my mother used to sing that. I think my mother used to sing that too. You know, this was sort of a St. Thomas song. As you know, later I made my arrangement of it, was often credited as being the composer. It was just an adaptation of that traditional St. Thomas melodies. There was records, I think my mother had some calypso records also around the house, you know. So I heard some of those also. Well, I remember the names of some of these guys. I remember I called the Lord Invader. And then I remember a guy called Attila the Hun. Then I remember a guy called, of course, the Duke of Iron, who I later actually saw performing, you know, at Park Palace. So there were a couple of names, those names like that were, you know, quite colorful, if we might say. So I remember those.